Hi everyone, welcome to the online blog conference. I'm Karen, your hostess. I blog at Pint Size Baker, and I'd like to welcome you to a presentation sponsored by Cricut, the official Cricut site today. We have Melissa Allen on with us to discuss how to use additional accessories like the Cricut machine to help boost your brand and bring how to make it look a little more professional, give it a little better edge. I'd also like to let everybody know that we have a giveaway sponsored by Cricut today. Cricut would like to give all live attendees a free Cricut Air machine of their own. In order to enter, you have to be live on the conference today from 11 till 12 Eastern. And we'd ask you to please download the image that's in the Hangout. Down below, I have a square image that you can either save and socially share. Take a picture of the computer screen, whatever you want to do, just to let us know that you are watching and interacting. So if you can share those images on Instagram or on Twitter, we'd love for you to share them. Please tag at official Cricut, at online blogcon. Use the hashtag CricutOBC, which we will be tracking to pick our winners. All right, so with us today we have Melissa from Cricut, who appears to still be, are you ready, Melissa?
I am, yeah, just
okay.
letting you say your
All right. Melissa, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hi, everybody. Let's see here. I'm making sure, there we go. Hi. All right, wonderful. So Karen, do you have more, or do you want me to take over and get going with the presentation?
We just had somebody pop up that said that their screen didn't load, and can you please give us the information again? So once again, in order to enter the giveaway, please download the image that's provided in the Hangout. There's a square image, or you can take a picture of your computer screen, grab a screenshot from Cricut, something just to show us that you're interacting with us this hour. And please share it on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag CricutOBC. Be sure to tag at official Cricut as well as at online blogcon. Thanks. All right, Melissa, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Thanks so much for joining us.
One quick question, sorry, just a technical side of things. Karen, I want to make sure that people can kind of ask questions given my presentation. Is that going to be happening through group chat, the blue one up here?
Yeah, no, not through our group chat. I'll be watching it through the HOA. So I'm monitoring it on my second monitor.
Okay, so you'll go ahead and just say whatever questions people are having.
Yes.
So sorry, everyone.
That's okay. Yeah, everybody can put your comments in the HOA while you're watching, and use the HOA to monitor. I'll be watching all those comments. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Karen. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Don't worry, everybody. I'll do a couple reminders about the giveaway as we're going through the presentation as well. I know that's going to be really fun for everybody. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the screen so that you guys can see the presentation as we go here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Quick question for you. How many of you guys have actually heard of Cricut and you know about Cricut? Go ahead and kind of, Karen, you monitor the chat, and let's see where everybody is. I want to make sure that as we're kind of talking about things from the Cricut perspective, that you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's make sure we kind of have some background there, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Karen, what's it looking like? What are people saying?
Not too much yet. I'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll just launch right in then. So one of the things that is very crucial to really looking like a top brand can really honestly be creativity. And as bloggers, I'm sure you're all very, very creative people. Some of us like to not think of ourselves as creative, but the most important thing to be able to express any creativity, no matter what your personal level of it is just having the right tools. It's really about the things that, you have access to that can help you take that inner creativity and the inspiration that you get from things every day all around you, and then be able to showcase that. And specifically to be able to really showcase that through your brand, through the visible presence that you have online with your blog and your social media channels. Obviously, photography and design are both really crucial pieces of that. So that's what we are passionate about at Cricut. We are all about empowering people to showcase their creativity and giving them tools that make it possible for them to create those real, tangible, visible things that they have in their mind. Anything that you can dream, you can create with Cricut. That's really our motto. So just in case anybody has not had experience with Cricut or doesn't know what it is, I'm going to actually show a quick video that kind of gives a brief explanation of some of the basics and kind of shows you what it does. We specialize in cutting machines. So there's all kinds of things that you can do by utilizing this machine to create a variety of projects. So is this video showing up okay, Karen?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's just go ahead and watch this really quick 1:30 video so that you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so that's kind of just a brief, like I said, visual glimpse at some of the things that we specialize in helping people to do and to create. So there you go. That's from inspiration to creation in just a few clicks. So let's kind of talk about some of the specifics of how this can be utilized to really leverage your personal brand and your presence online. I want to kind of talk a little bit about the information that's out there as far as what can a Cricut do? What is that capability really of the machine? So then we can really dive into the project applications of what you can create with it, and then, spice up all kinds of different posts, everything from cupcakes to kids crafts, no matter what type of blog it is that you have. So the main focus of the machines are for cutting things. So it can cut tons of materials. The count is just climbing every single day. You can create your own custom settings. Some of the basic ones are things like paper and cardstock, vinyl and heat transfer vinyl or iron-on, as well as some kind of crazier ones like chipboard and wood veneer, even leather. You can cut fabric. You just put a stabilizer on it like fabric stiffener, or you can create your own stickers using contact paper or carpet tape, all kinds of crazy stuff. One of the things that you'll have noticed from that video is we have what's called the Smart Set dial, and we're actually the only cutting machine on the market that has that kind of technology. And what it does is for common materials, they're pre-programmed into the dial. So you don't have to worry about your pressure and your blade depth and all of those really complicated settings, trying to figure those out. And then on the dial, there's also a custom setting that opens up a drop-down menu on your computer. So you can program in your own custom settings. There's also a list of about 60 plus, 90 plus settings already programmed into there as well. So the options and the possibilities are really endless. And we really like to make it as easy as possible because, like I said before, it's great to have the tools, and it's even better to have those tools to express creativity, but for them to be easy to use. So there's the cutting capabilities. Then we also have print then cut, and I'll go a little bit more into that in a minute here. It can also write and draw. It has 2 different tool heads. And so one of them holds a blade and the other one holds a tool like a scoring stylus or a pen or a marker or whatever. So you can draw your own handwriting even. You can address envelopes and personalize thank you cards. This is a really nice way to, give that personal touch and thank your clients or, different people that you're building relationships with for your blog without, even having to be there. You can have an assistant, use the machine to do the signatures on those cards or to address them, or you can just have it running in the background while you're getting something else done. So project-wise, the possibilities really are endless. Some really, really common ones that are great for business are things like signs, cards, like we talked about, thank you cards, even custom t-shirts and promotional materials. You can put your logo on pretty much anything. You can turn your car into basically a billboard on wheels with just a vinyl decal, and then it's replaceable too if you want to take it off, if you want to change it out with the seasons, if you want to, if you update your logo and you want to change it. It's really easy, and you don't have to go to any other company and pay to have them make any of those things. You can do it all with the one machine. Another personal favorite is you can even do like glass etching. So it's really, really, really cool and really endless as far as the different types of applications. And it's really neat that you can get all of these different things in one, instead of going to 6 different stores to get all of the different things that you need for your business. You can just create them all yourself in an afternoon right from your living room. So with cutting, this is a really great example of kind of how it all comes together. So up here on the upper left, you'll see the machine itself. Here obviously is the tool holder, and then this is the blade, this black one that you see there. So it's cutting some glitter cardstock. Underneath, you can see the mat. So that's really important. The machine that we're sending out, we're also going to send out the basic tools that go with it just to get you started. So it comes, we'll be sending a mat, which is what you adhere the materials to so they stay in place when the machine is cutting them. And then you have tools like this scraper. That's how you clean up all of the extra pieces that are stuck to the mat when you peel off what you cut out. Down here are some of the different materials that are really neat to cut. So we have like a duct tape sheet here that's the tie-dye pattern, and we have a roll of cork board. It can cut fabric like denim here. It can cut aluminum cans. It can cut clear acetate, all kinds of different things. So print and cut is the feature that allows you to not only cut out layers of different colors and different materials and different patterns, but really to have unlimited design possibilities. What print then cut does is you use your printer, or any printer really, but you use your printer to print something, and our free Design Space software, which is what integrates your computer, your iPad, your iPhone, any of your devices with the machine, it actually sets it up to have these register marks on your design. So you'll print out your design with the printer. Your printer will automatically put the register marks, and then the machine has a built-in optical sensor to read those register marks and to precisely cut out whatever it is that you've designed. So for example, this scooter, you make the design rather than wanting to cut something out of this light pink and something out of this blue and something out of here. You want to cut it all out just in one, and it looks like this was actually a sticker. But you don't want to have to go in with scissors and try to get everything just right and hopefully not accidentally chop off a piece. So that's how print then cut works. A couple really neat things about the feature too is we actually create an automatic bleed. So with the precision of the machine and with that bleed, you never have any errors. Like you never really show any white around the design. It's always cut out perfectly. So if you're creating like custom business cards, for example, and you have a beautiful design, you want to print it out on some nice thick cardstock, and then there's a beautiful intricate detail, or if you want to have your logo actually cut out of the card, kind of those types of things that really make that perceived value of what you're giving out so much higher, but without wanting to pay, $2,000 to a printing company and then having to wait 2 months for them to get there and so on and so forth. But it's important that if you're going to do something that you're trying to increase the perceived value, it needs to be done well, and it needs to be done precisely, and it needs to look really nice, even if you are in fact doing it just yourself in your living room. So the writing feature that the machine does is through pens or markers. We have a whole line of pens and markers that are custom made to fit into the machine. And what it does is it basically can draw instead of cutting. And the machine can sense, it can tell which step you're on in your project. So you can do a writing feature and some cutting in the same project, like this card that you see here. This is written with the pen, but then it's cut out of the white cardstock that they applied to the other layers that were created. So it's really, really neat. Something that's fun with the writing feature is it's actually free with Cricut to use any custom font that's installed on your computer. So if you have a specific font that you love to use for your brand, you can send out materials that actually have that font written on them. So if you're doing a thank you card, you can have the machine use the same font from your logo to do that text. You can kind of start to have that brand cohesion where everything matches, it all looks coordinated, it all looks personalized, and it's really seamless, tight brand look, which is really important if you're wanting to start to grow. And it can be kind of hard to grow to that next level without, there being a big gap that you're trying to jump. So this is a really wonderful way that you can just do it all. You can make that all happen. You can do small quantities that are just your own, and you can really have a seamless look. Like I said before too, it's really, really great to have those high volume projects kind of automated too. So you can do things like I said before, you can upload your own signature. And you can do signatures, you can do addressing, you can do signage, anything like that. So let's kind of talk a little bit about content, about images and about designs and where those come from and how do you work with them and things like that. If you have any questions or anything as well, please don't hesitate to throw those in the chat. I would love to kind of interact too as we're going through this, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot to digest. So we're going to be talking about, there's kind of the cartridge myth out there, and I'll go into that in just a minute. But then we're also going to talk a little bit about current Cricut content. What is out there now and how does it work? Then we're going to talk about uploading your own images and your own custom designs. And then I'm going to showcase some more projects and talk about different ways that they apply to businesses and see if I can give you guys some good ideas. And don't forget too, we do have the giveaway going. So if you haven't yet, what you're going to want to do is you're going to pull that image, post it on Instagram or on Twitter, on your social media. Make sure you tag @officialcricut and @onlineblogcon. And then you're going to use the hashtag from our giveaway to make sure that we can find you. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about content a little bit. So the cartridge myth is basically there's a lot of information out there that's really outdated. When Cricut first came about, this was way, way back in the day, decades ago, and the technology wasn't the same as it is now. So way back in the olden days with the original first ever Cricut machines, we had something called cartridges. Basically, these are like flash drives before flash drives were really a thing. And so these little cartridges, these little flash drives would come with images preloaded onto them, and you would buy this cartridge that had 600 or 700 different images and different designs loaded onto it. And they would look like this picture down here. So that was basically the way to get artwork in a format that would work with a machine back then. Now, there are a lot of people out there who still have those older machines, and that's totally fine. That's great. They're incredible machines and they last forever. So that's no big surprise. However, technology has come a long way since then. So what happens is our cartridges are actually forward and backward compatible. So anyone who does have an old machine and then they upgrade to a new machine to have all the new capabilities and all the new types of materials you can cut and all the new software that comes with it, they can actually take their new machine, which is up here on the right. This is an Explore machine. And any of their old cartridges, you can plug them in. They'll load to your account and you never have to use that cartridge again. They'll all automatically be searchable within your account. They'll all be uploaded forever. You're always going to have them. So that's a really, really neat feature is, you know, despite the fact that you do not have to use cartridges with the new machines at all, you can upload your own stuff. You can buy single images. There's all kinds of different options out there. You don't have to. I've personally never used a cartridge because I've always worked with the new machines. But for those people who do have them, you can. So that's kind of some common information out there. It can be really confusing because sometimes as you're going out, you're researching products, you can't always tell how recent an article is. So that's a little bit about cartridges. Let's kind of talk about where the content is now. So one main thing with the Cricut content is there's all kinds of different options. So you can upload your own images, your own designs, absolutely free. From as soon as you open it out of the box, you can do anything you want with it. It's completely versatile. So you can upload and use like vector files. You can use SVGs. You can also just use simple files like JPEGs and bitmaps and even GIF files. So there's all kinds of options there. And then like I said before too, you can use any of the fonts that are installed on your computer. So it's really, really nice that way. Then with Cricut images, which are fantastic, we have an incredible image library. So if you just want an image, you're gonna have to design that from scratch when there's already 400 hearts to choose from available right through the machine. So our most popular and most wonderful option is we actually have a subscription that gives access to our entire core image library. And it's only $9.99 a month. So there's over 30,000 images in that library. Honestly, when I first started with my machine, I thought I was going to custom design everything. But then I decided to do the trial subscription. And it's been ages since I've custom designed hardly anything at all. There are so many options within the subscription. It's pretty incredible. Another way that you can do it is we do still have cartridges available. We call them cartridges. They come available actually in digital and in physical format. So you can digitally buy a cartridge, which is an image collection, right through the software called Design Space that interfaces with the machine. Or you can even just buy individual images. They start at 99 cents. So if you put together a design and you just need one image, then you can just purchase that image when you go to cut your design.
So I have a question.
So when you're uploading,
Melissa.
oh yeah, go ahead, Karen.
Sure. Marcy wants to know, how do you design the layout, and is there special software? And if she has an idea to do a kitchen towel or an apron, are they washable with the fabric?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. In fact, here, I'm getting a little presentation out. So let's take a quick moment and I'll just show you. Do you kind of want to see hands-on how it works?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that really quick. And this is actually the fun part, is it's actually only just. What's that?
We're at a good place to pause.
Do you need me to pause? I'm not sure what you're saying.
Your presentation.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just go back into it. So this is Design Space, cricut.com/design, or you can find it from our homepage. It'll automatically launch if you plug in a machine. So this is kind of the home page that it lands on. Now, one of the cool things is we have these Make It Now projects that are already preset. So if you scroll down, they just go forever. There's thousands. We load, I don't know, a handful of new ones every single day at the office. So these are really neat because they're already preset up and you can customize them. But today I'm going to show you kind of creating a custom project. So what I'm going to do is you just click on Create New Project. And you said you wanted to create an apron. So a cool feature is we can actually set the canvas so that we can see what it's going to look like as a finished project. So I'm just going to type apron here. Oops, I'm in the wrong box. There we go. And you can actually customize the size too. So say, for example, if you're making a kid's apron versus an adult apron, then that's going to be a different size. But we'll just go with the standard so we don't get too complicated for the presentation here. So here's the apron. Then what we would do is we're going to go ahead and insert an image. So I'm going to say, let's make like a barbecue apron. So we're going to say, let's see if there's anything for BBQ. Perfect. I'm going to make, let's see. I don't know. I like the skull with the tools. Maybe that's just the Halloween season coming up. So you just hit insert image. Then you're going to go ahead and size it, whatever size you want. We also have these grid lines so you can see exactly how many inches things are, so on and so forth. So those are the basics. This would be just a really simple design with one image. And then say, for example, I wanted to make this for my husband. So we just put his name, or you can make it say whatever you want. So you go ahead and put the text down there. Then the next step is you just hit this go button. And that's going to take you to your map preview. It's going to say you need this many different materials. These are the colors that I have it set up as. And then that's when you would go ahead and just send it to your machine. You'd go ahead and load the map, hit cut, and there you go. So the other question I believe was about washability. Is that right, Karen?
Yeah, she was curious where would the vinyl be bought from? Like, is it machine washable?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. So the washability depends on the material that you're using, of course. If you glued some paper to an apron, then it wouldn't be washable. But Cricut, we have a material called iron-on, and that's actually a heat transfer vinyl. So the heat transfer vinyl is totally washable. You want to make sure that it's really well adhered to your fabric, and it always helps since it is a heat activated material. It helps if you don't wash it on a super hot setting. And I personally, I don't know, I usually just dry everything, but really if you don't dry it, that helps as well. But yeah, you can completely wash it. We have a whole variety of all different colors and types of iron-on material. We even have printable iron-on material as well. So those can all be just found through Cricut.com. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on eBay. There's lots and lots of different choices out there. If you just do a search for heat transfer vinyl or even for Cricut iron-on material, then you'll find tons of options as far as that goes. Okay, are there any other questions right now?
It's really just people commenting how they love it but don't have one, or that they would love to get one. I've heard about it but never seen one and works. So this is great information you're sharing with us.
Okay, cool. Well, let's kind of talk a little bit more about the business applications. So one of the really important things that I feel anyway for being able to utilize it for business is the capability to upload your own images. You know, whether it's your logo or a specific font that you use for your business, or something that's even event specific. Say you're going to have a booth at a conference or something like that, and you want to create some custom signage for that event. It's going to be really important to be able to customize things. So I love, love, love that it's completely free to upload your own images. The last thing I want to do is shell out a bunch of money for a tool and then constantly be having to pay for upgrades. Just that cost of ownership can be really frustrating, right? So what happens is that already comes built in with Cricut. You can upload your own images, and it's a really simple process. So this is kind of what the screen looks like when you're uploading something. You have your upload screen. You're going to browse your computer for the file. You're going to tell the software what kind of file it is, in the sense that if it's a simple image like this one, it only has black, gray, and white, versus, say, a photograph that you're going to upload and use. Then what you're going to do is you can clean up the background. So say, for example, I wanted to cut out the word camp. I would just use the selection tool to get rid of the white pieces around it. Or you can upload a file like a PNG that already has a transparency built in. The Make It Now projects that we saw on the landing page for Design Space are a really, really cool one. Here's some examples of recent Make It Now projects. We have Bosses Day is coming up. I don't know if that's the official title, but yeah, I'm just going to use Bosses Day. So we have a Boss Lady mug Make It Now project. We did a really fun burrito bar where there's all these decorations. There's all these little name cards for the different kinds of foods. The signage is already pre-designed. We also have like cupcake toppers are a super fun, really cool style piece for a food blogger. So we have hundreds and hundreds of those to choose from. We have these really cool floral cones that are just, honestly, this is like a 15-minute project to just throw together. But how much nicer does that look than just these flowers, you know, sitting with a ribbon maybe tied around them, or a rubber band or something. Thank you cards like we talked about. Those are really, really important as well. So what I did to kind of showcase using a Cricut for advertising and promoting is we actually have a really amazing online community with Cricut. There's groups and our pages, which have tens and sometimes hundreds of thousands of Cricut users, where a lot of times people will go to get inspiration from each other and even to troubleshoot. Our users really are a family, and they really love to support each other and help each other and, you know, share their work and share feedback with each other. So what I did is I actually posted in one of those groups, basically just a call saying, hey guys, show me the ways that you have used your Cricut for your business. And I want to show people in my presentation some of your actual projects rather than just showing all Cricut projects. So I want to actually just show you guys that thread and kind of look at some of the real projects that people have used for their businesses, because I think that says a lot about what you could do. So this is the thread. It's in one of our awesome Cricut groups, Lover's Guide to Selling Your Crafts. So my thread here. All right, let's check it out. So this woman is just incredible. It's been really neat to kind of see her grow over the last several months. She started out as kind of just a stay-at-home mom crafter, and now she has actually got like an Etsy store, and she's been working on a really cool craft blog. So this is a scene that she created. She made all of these rosettes to decorate the background, and then she also customized all of the candy jars. And she said she still has the rosettes hanging up in her guest bedroom. So here's some of her individual, like kind of close-ups of the different crafts. This is one that you might have seen. We featured her on our Instagram channel a couple months ago. Here's somebody who made a donation jar for her Cub Scouts pack. This lady sells these acrylic keychains. They're all completely made with her Cricut. So here's all the different designs. They're really tiny. That's where that intricate, precise cut is really, really crucial. You can make things that are so small, but still have really awesome detail. So here she has like a customized football team keychain and things like that. This is somebody's design of tags that she actually includes with the projects that she makes with vinyl. So it's just those extra touches that if you're doing like a custom anything for someone, and you can include something that represents your business that you just tuck into the package, that's obviously a huge value bonus for that person when they actually receive that package. So whether that's somebody that you're wanting to partner with, you know, as a brand partnership, or if you have the type of business where you're working with individual clients and individual orders and that type of thing. Either way, it's a really, really nice opportunity to be able to have that extra mile. You're not just sending them an envelope with, nothing in it that really represents you.
So Melissa, somebody's asking about joining that group. I found it on Facebook. I added the link to the Hangout. Are we able to request to join?
Yeah, absolutely. Just request to join. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with kind of how Facebook groups work now. Even public groups, the administrator of the group has to approve anyone who joins. So give it a little while. The admins, since it's the weekend, might take a day or two to approve your request, but absolutely feel free to join. Even if you go on Facebook and you just search Cricut and then you click on the groups tab, like I said, there's dozens and dozens of these communities that are all really amazing. In fact, if you guys do join this group, you can totally go to this thread and comment and say, hey, I was at the presentation. I loved your projects. I'm sure they'd love that.
People are also commenting that they didn't realize how much a Cricut did. They were just familiar with things being for a scrapbook, not the hundreds and hundreds of projects. So people are kind of like, wow, I had no idea you could make a lampshade.
Or a sign that says your store hours, huh? Yeah, the funny thing, and this is kind of my dirty little secret, I guess, guys. I work for Cricut now, but the first time that I ever heard about Cricut, well, I guess the first time I ever heard about Cricut was 15 years ago when it was just a scrapbooking machine, and that's what you used it for, to cut out paper, right? But the first time that I ever heard about the new capabilities and the new opportunities was actually as an entrepreneur. My background is through having my own business. My background is actually in photography, and I wanted to find a way to really polish my photography brand, but the cost of sending out, to a printing company for business cards and then for brochures and then trying to get all the materials that I needed to have a booth at events, and then, trying to include that personal touch when I gave my photos to my clients, and just all of these things were adding up so much. So I wanted to have t-shirts for my business. Like, this is the moment where it happened. I wanted to have t-shirts that had my logo on them that I could wear when I did events, that I could give to my clients as thank you gifts, and basically that I could, give somebody something that they would actually want to wear. I wanted them to be fun and funny, but to have my logo on them so they would be a walking billboard whenever they wore them around, right? So I just wanted to grow my brand presence. But as I was looking into different options for getting t-shirts made, it was so expensive, and I was going to have to buy hundreds of shirts in order to get it to a place where the cost was even reasonable if I was selling the shirts, and I just wanted to be able to give them away. So I started to look into ways like, okay, how can I do this myself? Am I going to buy all the equipment that I need for silk screening? Am I going to, have a stencil made and use spray paint? What do I do, right? So that was actually where I found out about the Cricut the very first time. Is I wanted t-shirts to advertise my photography business. And lo and behold, a couple years later, now I work there. So now you guys know my story. So I definitely encourage you to go ahead and check out this group, check out this thread. There's all kinds of amazing, amazing ideas in all different ways. There are a lot of people in here who have businesses specifically selling their crafts, but there are a lot of people who have other different types of businesses that use it for signage. They use it for business cards. They use it for invitations. Here's somebody who used it for her daughter's swim team. It's really cool to be able to have that tool that not only do you use for one thing or for 5 things or for 10 different things, but that you can use for your business and you can use for all of your relationships too. You can do things for your kids. You can do things for your community. You can do things for gifts. I mean, it's just really, really incredible and inspiring to see how many different directions this one tool can help people to go. So that is my piece on that. Here's an example of somebody using this for just awareness by creating a custom bumper sticker that they put on the window of their car. Here's another great example of like a food scene. You know, there's the customized labels here that go with the food. She created this beautiful bunting. It's a lot nicer than those cookies would just be on like a paper plate, you know. I thought this one was amazing. This is something that she created as a custom order for a client where her son had drawn a picture, or no, she drew a picture of this dinosaur because the kid wanted a dinosaur cake. So rather than build the dinosaur out of cake or the dragon out of cake, she just drew a picture of a dragon, and then she created 2 different pieces of it, put them together, and made a 3-dimensional dragon cake with a candle in the mouth. I mean, the creativity just blows my mind.
Awesome.
It's always incredible. Here are some fire department shirts. Once again, like I talked about before, just the detail is so crucial. I know it sounds really silly, like to talk about precision so much, but it matters. If you're going to try to do something that has text this small, just the tiniest little lack of precision could totally ruin that text. So that's what I love about the Cricut, is you never have to worry about stuff like that. And you don't have to worry about trying to do that yourself with an X-Acto knife. Go ahead.
If you create something yourself, is it then shareable with the rest of the community?
In what sense? Like if you create a custom design?
Yeah,
or what do you
Marcy's asking, if I create a design, can I save it and share it with the Cricut community and her readers so that they can print it as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So there are several different ways to do that. One of them is if you create a project in Design Space, so like this apron that I created, and you're using Cricut images, this project can actually be completely public. So what happens is if I save this, and you guys are going to see a whole bunch of my other projects that I've created. So if I save this as apron, and then I check the box that says public. So if I save that, any of you can use this exact URL to access this project because I made it public. Now, it's not public in the sense that anybody's going to just stumble across it, but if I wanted to put this into a blog post, for example, this link, anyone could click on it, open this project, save a copy to their account, and customize it however they want it. So that's the way number one. That's a super easy, awesome built-in way. Now, if you upload your own images, so say, for example, I found a picture or I bought a picture online from a stock photography website, or I bought a custom SVG from somebody's Etsy shop and I upload it. Those projects can't be made public through Design Space, but there's some other ways that I'll talk about in just a second on how to do that. So the reason that those can't be made public is legal reasons. If somebody goes to Google and they look for the Batman logo and then they save that logo, they upload it, they make a project with it, you know, that's kind of between them and their God, so to speak. However, if they're creating a project that has unregulated content like that and they're sharing it through our platform, that would be a legal problem for us. So what happens is if you're creating your own completely custom design, so you're not using Cricut artwork at all, a lot of our bloggers create like free printables, for example, or they'll make a custom project file and then they just include a download link in their actual blog post. So what they'll do is they'll say, for example, these custom emoji flats that Damask Love created. They're like, you know, shoes, they're flats. And then she made a custom file that was the cute little smiley faces with the hearts and the eyes. And she wanted that file to be available for everyone to create that same project. So what she did is she, underneath the picture of the project in her blog post, she just said, to download this file, just click here. And then it was the file hosted through her blog So they downloaded that SVG file, and then they could just log into Design Space and upload it themselves. Does that make sense? And does that answer your question, Marcy?
Yeah, she says awesome that it's, yeah. I think there's a lot of people saying how their creative juices are just flowing and they're jotting down a whole bunch of ideas. Yeah, that they can't wait to get started.
Cool. So I know we're kind of about to run out of time. So there's a couple important pieces at the end of my presentation. So let me just blaze through these last couple slides and then give you contact information for any follow-up questions that you guys have and things like that. Does that work okay?
Yep, we're good.
And Karen, is there any like follow-up email that we're sending out or anything like that that you want me to include some of these links and things in?
We can include it to all of the online blog conference members, all online blog conference members. We can send out the links in an email. And there is the additional giveaway for a second Cricut Air machine plus over $100 worth of accessories to all online BlogCon members. And there is still time to register for the online blog conference as well at onlineblogcon.com. So yeah, we can definitely provide all that information, Melissa.
Okay, perfect. So another great thing to do is you can also use the Cricut to make things that you can sell if that's a part of your business, if you have an Etsy shop or anything like that. One thing that I've really loved that I've seen only a couple bloggers do, but I think is really awesome, is they'll create a project for a blog post and then they'll give away that project. So it's not a huge giveaway, but people love it. They go crazy when they can actually, comment to win, or they can participate on one of your social networks you're trying to grow by commenting or sharing or however you want to do it. And they can win the iPhone case that they saw you make in your post. It's small, it's simple, and people go wild. So that's a really, really fun thing to do. So talking real quick about just kind of how much does a Cricut cost? Where can I get one? The simplest answer is just go to Cricut.com. The Cricut Explore 1 retails for about $199, and then the Cricut Explore Air, which has built-in Bluetooth. So if you want to have your computer on one side of the room and just have the machine cutting wirelessly on the other side, or if you want to use your iPhone or your iPad to cut with the machine, we have a really, really awesome app. And this one has that built-in capability to be able to communicate with those devices. So you can design something right on your phone or right on your iPad. It saves to the cloud, and then you can actually even cut it right from your phone. Also, we have an Android app in the works. We're working so hard on it. We don't have a release date or anything like that yet, because I don't know if you guys have ever programmed an Android app, but it's really hard. We want to make sure that it's totally seamless and perfect before we release it too. Anyway, so that is the main core difference between these two. The Cricut Explore 1 also has only one tool housing, so you switch out the tool more often. It just has a place where the blade goes, and then you put in the pin adapter if you want to do writing. Like, you have to switch in every step. So those are the two main flagship models that are out there. Let's see. We also have supplies like mats, blades, different bundles you can buy. I definitely recommend going with a bundle if you're getting a machine for the first time. You'll get a really good deal price-wise, and you know that you have everything you need to start. So it'll come with all of your tools. It'll come with your mats. A lot of times they'll come with like supplies to get started. You can get like an iron-on bundle that comes with a bunch of those to try out, or you can get a vinyl bundle or whatever. We also have Cricut vinyl, Cricut cardstock, stencil material that's reusable and adhesive. We have iron-on, we have pins, all kinds of stuff like that. So this is the giveaway image. I think that would be great to send out in that email as well, Karen, that people can go ahead and share that. Now, Karen, can you go ahead and do a search? Let's do that live giveaway. Let's give away a machine, shall we?
Okay, I've been watching both Instagram and Twitter, and there's been a couple shares. I'm actually in the process right now of trying to get out of
last call reminder, everybody, take a screenshot or use your camera to take a picture. Why don't we make this a reminder, and we'll come back to it in like 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll actually do the giveaway. We'll pick our winner.
Tweet that. I've been following and liking and tweeting and trying to keep up with everybody.
Good, perfect. Well, you pick a winner in the next couple minutes here, and let me know when you're ready to announce it then. Okay, everybody, this is your final reminder to participate in the giveaway. You know you want one.
Everybody, yeah, so far saying how much they're enjoying this.
Well, good. I'm glad. While Karen's picking the winner, I actually want to take a minute and kind of talk about a couple of invitations for you guys. We have a really awesome blogger program that I actually have the pleasure of running. So I would love to connect with any of you who have a blog that would like to, feature some Cricut stuff. We always love to work with people, who are using the machine for anything. If you want to talk about how you're using it for your business, if you just actually want to feature some cool creative projects, Marcy, like you talked about, if you want to do some custom designs and feature those, we would love to connect. We always love to see what bloggers are posting. And whenever we can, whenever possible, we always love to kind of share the love and do a fun social share of those blog posts that have to do with Cricut just organically. And then on top of that, we also have specific blogger opportunities that come up all the time with all of our different campaigns, where we will send out to the members of our blogger program, hey, we have this opportunity. So for example, when we just launched the iPhone app at the beginning of the summer, we said, we really want to get the word out there in a big way. So we want to have as many bloggers as possible try out the app in beta and make a post about it. So we have all kinds of different opportunities like that. Tied together with marketing campaigns a lot of times too. We'll say, okay, we're doing a campaign about, such and such holiday color palette. We're looking for 5 bloggers to create a really cool, easy custom DIY Christmas tree. And we, we'll partner up and do something like that. So there's all kinds of different opportunities there. I'm trying to think, Karen, what do you think is the best way for people that I can give to everyone to contact us about? An email address, or what would be good?
Yeah, you can provide us an email. Do you want it available to everybody live on the videos, or do you just want me to share it in our conference group?
Go
with the conference group?
I don't know.
We'll go with the conference group.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll
go ahead and do the conference group.
To all online Fun members, a way to get a hold of Melissa and a way to get a hold of Cricut. So you can register at Online BlogCon. You have through the end of the month of September to get on and register with Online Blog Conference. All the videos have been recorded and saved, so you can still watch everything and get all of the information that we have shared so far this month. So you can register for OBC as well and get that information.
Perfect. I love that. In fact, we also as well have a section on our website about our blog program. And there's an email proxy set up on there. So if you want to learn more about the blogger program, you can go through there. If you send an email to that address, I believe it's just like bloggeroutreach@cricut.com, then that'll forward through to me as well. So yeah, I would love to connect with any of you if you even just have questions or if you're interested in participating in that program. Another fun thing that we have coming up that I wanted to invite you to is we have a huge event on October 7th. You can find this through the official Cricut Facebook page. If you just go to the events section, it's the only event that's current right now. And it's totally top secret. So nobody knows what it is yet, but I'll tell you right now, it's going to be really cool. There's also going to be tons and tons and tons of really awesome prize giveaways. My desk is covered in cardboard boxes right now. All the prizes. Oh my goodness. We had to ship them freight because it was like 900 pounds worth of prizes.
Oh my. Well,
anyway, so
there's a lot of bloggers out there who would love to get their hands on some of your machines.
We've got machines and lots of supplies too, tons and tons of supply bundles. So for anybody who goes out and gets a machine, this is going to be a really cool opportunity. Like I can tell you some of the giveaways that we're going to be doing a big focus is actually going to be to go with your new machine. Here is a year's supply of vinyl, or here is a huge, like iron-on bundle, or all kinds of things like that. So this is going to be a really, really cool event for anybody who's looking at getting a machine. So how are we looking with our giveaway for our live presentation?
It's looking great. And I am going to pick somebody who has tweeted 5 times and shared 3 Instagrams. She really, really wants it. And so, yes, I am going to pick Heavenly Recipes. She's going to get to win her own Cricut machine. So congratulations.
I don't think we have audio from Heavenly Recipes, so I'm just going to statement here on her behalf. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Congrats. Karen, can you coordinate like address and get that to me?
I will. I will get all that for you.
Perfect. Wonderful. Are there any quick questions or anything like that before we wrap up?
I don't see any additional questions. It's just, again, people are commenting of the endless possibilities. I can't wait to get started. We need to take over the food projects for Cricut. Yay. So, yeah, Marcy says, woohoo, I'm excited. Thanks so much. So, yeah, it's been awesome. I think it would really need, especially like myself, I'm a food blogger, so having just these little background things I think would be fun. Just having little, creating your own apron, and I mean that's pretty awesome, and be able to give it away to your fans for not a lot of money. Making your own t-shirts when you go around town to promote your blog, putting things on the side of your car. I mean, there's so many. I just didn't realize, like, again, it's a lot more than just scrapbooking, that's for sure.
Another fun quick idea too. I kind of have the benefit in running the social and running the blogger program that I see a lot of what's out there. And so I see a lot of ideas that are like brand new. And I saw somebody just a couple days ago who had created a custom phone cover with their business logo. I mean, think about how many times on a daily basis you pull your phone out in front of other people. And you're seeing the screen, but they're seeing the back of your phone. So if the back of your phone has your logo on it, and that sparks a conversation with the bank teller, for example, who says, "Oh, what's that? Tell me more." That's just a totally new person, a new connection that you just built because you have a vinyl sticker on the back of your phone. Cool, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for being on with us. I really appreciate it. And again, to all the online blog conference members, we have a second giveaway. So that was the first one from Cricut. Cricut sponsoring a second giveaway that y'all can get on onlineblogcon.com/giveaways. It is password protected for all OBC members. And if you're not a member and still would love to join the online blog conference, we had great presentations on SEO, on photography, on introduction to Lightroom. We talked about taxes. We talked about Facebook leveraging. I mean, just so many things, great topics, over 9 hours of discussion so far with industry-leading professionals on blogging. So you can always register. It's a special 50% off through the end of the month at onlineblogcon.com. Thank you very much. All right, Melissa, it was great having you on. People can go to the Cricut website as well to learn more. I did share the link. And just go to Cricut.com, essentially, and find out so much more about Cricut and all of the templates, machines, and it's just there's so much you can do with it.
We're all over the place. You can find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, find us on Google, wherever. It was nice to talk with you all today, and everybody have a good one.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.